Welcome, 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 Cacaoistas, to today's cacao ceremony, where we will be journeying together into the lower realm to connect with the spirit of ether. This is part of a 5-element journey that we're weaving together over 5 new moons. And so you are very welcome to enjoy this session all on its own, or you may wish to explore the other 4 ceremonies, to explore the elements of earth, air, fire, water, as well as ether. Now, my name is Sorrell, and I am also known as Plant Spirit Medicine Woman for my work as a medical herbalist and a shamanic practitioner, where I offer healing and teaching and ceremonial work. And today I'm acting as your cacaoista and your sound healer primarily. Now, we are working with a collection of, how many have we got today? Is it 8 gongs? We're working with 8. And these gongs are going to help us to shake up the cells of our body, to help our left brain consciousness, which is the chatty brain, to switch off, so that our right brain, this is the linear brain on the left side, which analyzes and rationalizes and reminds us what our name is. The right brain, however, is our shamanic brain. And this area of our brain helps us to know things in a way that our left brain can't make sense of. For example, if somebody tells you a lie, and at face value, your left brain will accept whatever they're saying, but your right brain will be the part of you that's feeling into that story and going, nah, this doesn't quite add up. Your right brain is very clever. It will also tune into the different elements within the universe. It doesn't know where we begin and end. It doesn't have a sensation of where our skin is. And so it can feel into the macrocosmic elements of the universe, and we can tune into the spirit of ether by connecting and awakening our right brain, our shamanic brain consciousness. So we all have the potential. We are all shamans. We create our own reality. The majority of the time we're working unconsciously with this ability to create, working with belief structures that we hold in our minds that help us to navigate through reality. And so by waking up our right brain consciousness, we can see potential, we can make shifts in our consciousness so that we can begin to create more consciously the world that we dream of. So I'm going to invite you today to tune into the spirit of ether. We're going to be calling in sacred space. I'm also, as this is a cacao ceremony, going to invite you to partake of some cacao. You may have your cacao ready, and we will call in the spirits around us to hold space for us, to create sacred space, to be our witnesses, to be our guides with our cacao. And we will offer our cacao to those guides as a way of encouraging them to join us, to join the party. Okay, so have your cacao ready, and if you haven't already drunk it, then keep it to hand, because I'll be guiding you through the practices a little bit while you're enjoying your cacao. Before we begin any of that, we need to cleanse our energy field, and we do that so that we can only magnetize love and light into our space. And we are going to cleanse using our hands. If you want to, you can of course use some sage, some palo santo, some other herbs to cleanse your energy field, or other energetic techniques, maybe use a rattle. But I'm going to show you how to do the Pokpo cleanse. So the Pokpo is the energy field around our body, and it's about an arm's length away from you. So we're going to cleanse the outside layer first, and that's our protective shield. Then we're going to cleanse the emotional layers within the next area. So that's between the outside of the edges of our Pokpo and the skin. And the last of all, we'll cleanse the physical layer of the body. Now, our physical layer of the body is made of energy as well. So it's quite easy for us to work with energy and cleanse the body in this way. What we're going to do is take our hands and place them in front of our heart, and we're going to gather love and light from our heart. Our heart is a portal of love and light. And so we're allowing that to open up and pour love and light into our hands. And we gather the energy up from our heart, and we scoop it up and we take it up above us, and we open our arms and we give our love and our light to the whole universe. And the universe responds by showering us with love and light. And we gather that love and light into our arms like our arms are a giant goblet. And now we pour that love and light over the top and over the sides, the back, the front of our Pokpo. And we take it all the way down, washing ourselves clean. And then if you can reach the floor, you can touch the floor and give that energy to Mother Earth. Mother Earth will take that energy off you and cleanse it and refresh you. She'll transform any heavy energy into something better, just the same way she composts our banana skins. And so we thank Mother Earth for taking it off us. She thinks it's delicious. And then we come back to our heart space to gather the next part of the energy to cleanse. So calling the love and light from our heart into our hands, scooping that energy up over the top of our heads, opening up to the universe, giving it to the universe, and the universe showers us with love and light too. And now we bring that energy all the way down through the emotional layers, cleansing the emotional layer all the way down to the ground, giving it to Mother Earth, thanking her for taking it off us. Thank you, Mama. Now coming back to our heart space, gathering love and light from our hearts into our hands, scooping that energy up over the top of our heads, opening up to the universe, gathering the love and light of the universe and bringing that energy down all the way through the physical layers now, through the chakras, through the meridians of the body, all the way down through and then out through the hands and through the feet, into the earth beneath us, thanking Mother Earth for taking it off us. If you can't reach the floor, you can just shake your hands, stamp your feet to give that energy away. And now our energy field is nice and clean all the way through those 3 layers. We can call in the directions to hold space for us before we drink our cacao. So I like to begin in the east, which is slightly different to the traditional Mayan system where they begin in the south. But for me, this just makes more sense. You can choose what you believe within the shamanic tradition. This is one of the things I love most, is that this is an expression of your own way of seeing reality. When you work with shamanism, you can take parts that you enjoy, that work for you, that resonate, and you can weave them into your own spiritual practice. And so I'm going to take my cup of cacao. Now I have already had some cacao today so that I can be in the right frame of mind and embody the spirit of Mama Cacao while I guide you on this practice. And I expect you still have a full cup of cacao. And we're going to turn to the east, and where, if you know where the sun rises, you know where the east is. So if you would like to turn to the east, as I do, and we welcome our spirit guides from the east, and we call upon the fire, the rising sun, the dawn and the new day. And we welcome this opportunity to rebirth ourselves, to feel into a new way of being and a new way of life. And we call upon our spirit guide, the eagle and the condor, who will help us to fly high, take us under their wing, and teach us how to fly wingtip to wingtip with great spirit. They help us to see with eagle eyes, and they help to carry us up into the heavens so that we can tune into the dreams that we're daring to dream. Beloved ones, we welcome you and we offer you our cacao. And now I will spin and turn to face the south direction. So we're working in a clockwise direction for the Mayan traditional medicine wheel. And we welcome in the water and the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the noon sun. We call upon this opportunity to connect with our passion and the energy of Snake, who teaches us how to shed the past, how to shed the old ways which no longer serve us, and to teach us to walk softly upon the earth, teaching us the beauty way. Beloved ones, we welcome you and offer you our cacao. And now I turn to face the west, and we offer you our cacao in the west. We welcome in the earth, the fertility of life, the dusk and the setting sun. And here we celebrate the people we've already become, and we welcome the opportunity to go within and to connect up with our spirit guide, teacher Jaguar, who teaches us how to be brave, peaceful warriors, to tune in to our shadow, tune into the dark elements within us so that we can integrate them and bring them into the healing space. Beloved ones, we welcome you and offer you the cacao. And now we turn to face these spirits of the north. Beloved spirits of the north, we welcome you. We welcome the night and the bright moon shining, the air and clarity of thought. And we welcome our grandmothers and our grandfathers and those yet to be born, the ancestors in all directions. We welcome you. And we tune in to our guide, Hummingbird, who teaches us to trust the path and to only accept the best in our lives, guiding us home to the places that we dare to dream of. Beloved ones, we welcome you as we offer you this delicious cacao. And now we tune into the earth beneath our feet. You might want to touch the ground beneath you as you connect in with Mother Earth. And we offer her this cacao, even though she helped us to source it and delivered it to us in the first place. And we thank her for everything that she brings to us, the food, the shelter. And we thank her for all our relations, the plant people, the stone people, the animals, the creepy crawly ones, the slithery slimy ones, the winged ones, the ones that live in the water and the ones that live on the land. We welcome you all, and we offer them all our cacao today. And we also tune into Father Sky around us and above us, and we welcome him into our space and thank him for wrapping his loving arms of protection around Mother Earth and all of her children. And we offer you this cacao. And I'm going to spin on my chair to connect in with our cosmic relations as we offer the cacao to Grandmother Moon and Grandfather Sun, the star nations, and all of our cosmic relations. We welcome you and share our cacao with you today. And the last direction is Great Spirit. Now, Great Spirit is the representation of the creation energy that flows through all of reality. And so we tune in and welcome Great Spirit into our space, however you connect with this belief, with this way of seeing Great Spirit. We welcome you and share our cacao. Please help us to tune in today, Great Spirit, with the spirit of ether, so that we can learn the lessons that ether might have to share with us, to bring healing and guidance. Thank you for joining us in ceremony today. So now you can start drinking your cacao and enjoying that. And as you are doing that, I'm going to guide you through the process that we are going to be going on together. And so for this process, we will be journeying out of our body. So your body will be resting in your sacred space, relaxing. And while you're doing that, our spirit will fly out of our head. And we'll imagine it's like a little tiny white star, like Tinkerbell the fairy in the Peter Pan stories. And it will fly out through the top of our head, out of our crown chakra, and travel to a place in nature within this reality. So this needs to be a place in nature that you are familiar with. This could be a garden, this could be a forest, it could be a meadow or a mountain. It could be somewhere you visited on a holiday, or it could be somewhere that you remember from childhood. But it needs to be real and have existed within the middle realm. So this is the middle realm that we exist in now. The other two realms that we talk about in shamanism are the lower realm, which is where we're journeying, and the upper realm. So the lower realm is often seen as an unspoilt landscape. And when we journey into the lower realm today, we'll be journeying into that unspoilt landscape. We're going to be journeying into a cave where we're going to meet the 5 elements, all sitting around a fire together. Even though one of them is fire, they're going to be communing around the fire the way we used to as ancestors, and perhaps still do sometimes. And we will call on the spirit of ether when we're down there to guide us on our journey, to teach us what we need to know about ether and how it can inform our consciousness as human beings. The upper realm, which we are not going to be connecting with so much today, but just for your awareness, the upper realm is where we connect with our higher selves, our soul's infinite potential, and our spirit guides, and our guardians, and our angels, the angelic beings. But today we're journeying to connect with ether in the lower realms, because that's where they are waiting for us, as they've been hanging out with all the other 5 elements down there. When I did my own personal journey to meet ether, I admit I was a little bit nervous, because ether is the holding space of the universe. Ether is the space between matter. And I have journeyed into that space before through plant spirit medicine journeys with the plant medicine Salvia divinorum, and it was quite frightening. However, we are working with cacao today. I would not encourage any of you to work with Salvia divinorum. She's an incredibly powerful spirit without shamanic support and a guide and a sitter to work with you. But with cacao, you're incredibly safe. And so cacao will help you to meet the spirit of ether and still be grounded and connected in this reality at the same time. And when I did meet the spirit of ether working with cacao in ceremony, I was what's the right word? Blissed out, I think is the right way of phrasing it, to connect in with this feeling of connecting in with the space. And I felt so held by this energy, by this element. It's like connecting up with the womb of all creation. So the empty space that is all around us, and it's also weaving within us. If you were to tune in to the space within us, we are more space than we are actually matter. We are, according to Joe Dispenza, and I'm not going to get the number exactly right, but you can Google it, we are 99.999999999% empty. But we can't feel it because there is this other ability that we have to sense matter, which is much more our conscious awareness than the ability to feel into the emptiness. So when we tune into the ether, the empty space all around us, it gives us a new perspective of reality. And ether taught me, when I journeyed, to feel safe within that space, and that ether is the yin to our yang, and we need that emptiness to hold the manifestations that we want to bring into reality. And by tuning into ether, by tuning into the space within us, then we can more easily manifest matter into being. And so it's a good meditation to work with. If you are trying to manifest something in your life, then you might want to ask ether for their help today. Now, that manifestation might be a manifestation of healing, or it might be something physical that you're trying to manifest. Maybe you're trying to manifest a relationship, or maybe a new pathway in life, a new journey that you're trying to, maybe a career pathway that you're journeying with. So explore your own intentions within this journey today. We can weave our intentions together to become one story when we're journeying. And I'll invite you to do that during the gong journey that I guide you on. So I think you've had around 5 minutes to enjoy drinking your cacao. That's probably enough time. So we can begin working together now with the gongs. And I'm going to guide you through this journey by relaxing into your space. So I want you to have your cushions ready, or you can either lie down for this, or you can sit supported. Some people will drift so deep when they journey shamanically, because we're going through different states of consciousness. This is beta consciousness, where we're in full consciousness and we're aware of everything around us. When we journey into the next layer is alpha state. If we go deeper, it's delta. If we go really deep, we go all the way into theta. Now, these different states of consciousness help us to visualize and see. However, when we are shamanically journeying, you don't need to be a visual journeyer. Some people are very clairvoyant. They can see. Some people are more clairaudient. They can hear the story. Some people are more clairsentient. They'll just have a knowing. And some of us are more into the kinesthetic experience. We can feel the energy flowing. And so you may have multiple ways of perceiving, or you may just have one which is really tuning in for you. So allow that process, whatever it is. It's absolutely fine. You may also like to have a journal handy and a pen so that you can make notes of your experience once you've come back from this journey. Okay. And we'll begin working with the gongs, and I will guide you through a relaxation process to relax the body, and then we will guide you through a way to awaken this third eye consciousness, this spiritual energy, which we're going to imagine as a tiny white light before it travels all the way to your place in nature, down into the lower realms, connects with ether before I call you home again in the same way, all the way back to your body. Okay. So let's begin that process together now. I'm just going to find the right mallets and flumies to guide you. And so making yourself really comfortable in your space, closing your eyes. Perhaps you want to use a blindfold or just dim the lights really low. And by doing that, we are able to tune more into our inner consciousness, and we'll be less stimulated by the world around us, by the lights around us. So just taking some nice, long, deep breaths. Breathing in relaxation. Breathing out any tension that you've been holding. Giving yourself permission to relax. And now let's imagine that we're relaxing each element of our body, each part of our body one by one, a little bit more deeply together. So we're going to relax our forehead. We're going to relax the eyes and the muscles around the eyes. We're going to relax the jaw and the mouth. relaxing through the neck, the front, the sides, and the back of the neck now. If you are sitting up, just making sure your head is sitting comfortably on your neck in an easy posture, easy position. Relaxing down through the shoulders. Just dropping away any tension you're holding the shoulders now, rolling them into a more comfortable position. Relaxing down through the arms, the upper arms, the forearms, down through the hands, into the fingers. Relaxing down now through the chest and the back, the bands of muscle either side of the spine, all the muscles of the rib cage, so that your breathing can deepen, your lungs expanding a little bit more, your in-breath lengthening, your out-breath lengthening as you relax deeper and deeper. Allowing that relaxation to spread down through the abdomen, all the way down through the bands of muscle around the hips and the lower back. Relaxation spreading down through the pelvis, into the legs, the lower legs, into the feet and the toes. And now feeling into Mama Cacao. Mama Cacao is a wonderful medicine. She will help to relax your physical body by filling you up with a magnesium that will help to relax the body, the same way as when we have a nice Epsom salt bath. Mama Cacao will also help to moderate your neurotransmitters of serotonin and dopamine, so she can help you to feel naturally happy. Mama Cacao also stimulates the production of oxytocin in the body, which is the love hormone. She opens up our heart chakra. So feel her working magic now within you. Feel her moving from your digestive system into the bloodstream, moving around the body, relaxing the body. Every cell of the body can feed off Mama Cacao's energy as she nourishes you and helps you to soften into this space. Mama Cacao is also helping you to be brave. So if you do have any nervousness about doing this journey today, just allow her to hold you, to help you know and trust that you are safe, you are held by spirit. You might want to call the spirit of Mama Cacao to work with you today as we journey together. Now let's tune into our mind's eye and start to awaken our third eye consciousness. So I want you to imagine that your mind is completely empty, like a void in space, completely black, except for one tiny star right in the center of your mind. Behind your eyes, between your ears, is this little star. And it starts to get bigger and brighter now. Bigger and brighter. Bigger and brighter. It starts to fill up the space in your mind, filling up the void. Like a shooting star flying through space. Now it's filling up the whole of the mind, and it starts to move into the body as well. Allow it now to come in to the physical body like a river of white fire, moving through the features of the face, into your hair, down through your neck and into your shoulders, into your arms, your hands, your fingers, down through your chest and your back, all the way down through the torso, into the abdomen and the lower abdomen, all the way down through the pelvis, into the legs, expand out of us. Let's expand our consciousness, first of all, to fill up the aura around us that we cleansed earlier. Now let's expand into the room that we're in. Let's fill this room with light, the room that you're in. And now let's take our aura into the outside spaces, into the gardens or the urban environment that surrounds you. Let's take it a mile wide now, feeling into the spaces either side of you. Now you might live in an urban environment and you might be able to feel other people around you, other buildings, roads, cars, shops, cafes. Or you might live in a place near nature or in nature, feeling the trees. Maybe you live near a beach and you can feel the waves crashing against the shore or the river flowing. You can feel down beneath your feet into the ground, and you can feel up into the sky above your head. You might feel birds flying through the space, cats prowling around, or people walking their dogs or going for a coffee, doing their shopping, depending on what time of day it is. Now let's draw our energy field back to being the room that we're in. Now let's draw energy back to being the Pokpo bubble around us, your aura. And now let's draw it back even further into the body. And then from that, drawing it back up into that space in your mind, so it becomes that tiny point of pure white light in the mind's eye again. Behind your eyes, between your ears. And it's sparkling and it's excited to go on this journey into the lower realms. So let's set our intention together now 3 times. We're going on a journey into the lower realms to meet the spirit of ether. We're going on a journey into the lower realms to meet the spirit of ether. We're going on a journey into the lower realms to meet with the spirit of ether. And so now allow that little white light to fly out through your crown chakra and dance around your room before leaving the room through a door or a window and flying up into the space, the atmosphere. And when it does so, you're scooped up by a golden mist that feels very protective. It's the wings of angels wrapping around you, guiding you to the place in nature you want to begin your journey into the lower realm from. So imagine now that you're traveling across the landscapes of the world. Wherever you're traveling, it might be quite close. You might just be flying around, searching for the place to land in your own garden. Or you might be flying to a foreign land. So just enjoy the journey now with the gongs, helping to lift you up into the atmosphere and fly high across the landscapes. Maybe you're traveling across fields or farms, or an urban environment or a forest. Maybe you're flying all the way across oceans or mountains or deserts. And you see the place where you're going to land coming into view now. And so you start to descend like an aeroplane coming into land. You feel yourself landing in that space. Your feet touch the ground. The golden mist subsides so you can connect in with that space that you're in. You might be landing on rock, you might be landing on sand or grass, or the leaves of a forest floor. Tuning into the temperature of the air around you, the fragrance on the breeze. And today you notice something different about this space, perhaps something different that you've never seen before. There will be a doorway or a portal into the lower realm here. So look around for a way that you might go down. So it might feel a bit like an Alice in Wonderland story. There might be a hole, like a rabbit hole, through the roots of some trees that you can go down. Or there might be more like a fairy realm, and there'll be a doorway in a tree that you can open and walk into. So I want you to look around and notice what's calling your attention. could be a cave, or it could be a pool of water. And if you can't see anything really obvious, then you can make it up. This is your imagination. When we journey into the lower realm, it's also journeying within ourselves. We're journeying into our subconscious minds. So look for that way to go down now. Let's do it together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go in through that portal now and feel yourself going deeper and deeper into the lower realm landscape. Feel yourself falling or gliding or walking down steps, going down and round and down and round, down and round. Deeper and deeper, and we can feel our consciousness shifting as we're going into that deep space. Soon we're going to come out into a cave, and you can see some little lights at the bottom of the tunnel twinkling, and you walk towards those lights and you come out into a cave now, and you notice in your cave there's a fire, and sitting around the fire are the 5 elements of earth, air, fire, water and ether. And today we want to connect up with the spirit of ether. So we walk up to the fire and we introduce ourselves and we say that we're here today to journey with ether. And ether stands up and walks over to you and welcomes you. And you and ether start wandering off together on a journey together, leaving the group so that you can focus on each other and go to somewhere a bit quieter, away from the party, to connect. Now you may have another intention that you want to share with ether today, an intention of healing, an intention to manifest a dream that you've been holding for a while. You may have questions, you may have some request for wisdom or guidance for your path today. So spend the next bit of time with ether, where I'm holding space for you in the gongs, just communing with ether, connecting and having a conversation. And I'll call you back to your bodies in a little while. forging a new relationship, a new friendship. And the best relationships are equal and reciprocal. We want to offer our new friend Ether a chance to ask something of us as well. So if you've got a little bit lost and unfocused, just refocus your intention now on connecting with the spirit of Ether, whether that's a visual or kinesthetic experience or however that is for you. And ask Ether for a message. What would you like from me, Ether? They may want nothing at all. There may be an action or a thought that they invite you to work with. You've received all the messages that you need for today, for this one journey, and you can come back and work with Ether anytime you want to. Now you know the way. But for now, it's time for us to come home to our bodies. So I want you, if you've been on a journey within the journey, just to head back to the space, to the cave. Ask Ether or any other guides that have come through for you today to guide you back to the place where you first entered this landscape, back to the cave where the fire is, where the other four elements are waiting for Ether to join them. Making your way back now into that space. And thanking Ether for the journey. Start calling you back home to your body. So you say goodbye and you feel your body pulling you home. You're connected to your body by a cord of light, and you feel your consciousness starting to move up through that tunnel, through that portal which brought you down here, coming up and round and up and round and up and round now, feeling that cord tighten and pulling you back. Coming up through the layers of the earth now, coming up through the crust of the earth, and you're popping out into your place in nature. And in that place in nature, you just take a moment to breathe, to connect with nature. And then you feel the golden mist wrap you up and start to lift you up into the sky, and that cord connecting you to your body getting even tighter now, pulling you home, flying across the landscapes, across the oceans, the mountains, the deserts, the forests, the meadows, the urban environments, all the way back to the landscape where your body is resting. And you come back down into land, just outside the place where your body is, to the building where your body is, or the landscape where you're resting today. And the golden mist leaves you. And now you re-enter the house, the building, the space that you're in. You see your body resting peacefully. And you re-enter again through the crown chakra, the same as you left. Welcome home, everybody. Start to feel your body again. Start to fully connect with your body again. Taking some deep breaths, stretching out, wiggling your fingers and toes. And then now spend a few moments just in recall, remembering all the experiences that you've had. It helps us just the same way as when we wake up from a dream to remember in this moment. So we're calling back the information that we've experienced through our right brain consciousness as we're journeying, going into that dream space, and we're bringing it into the wake space, the left consciousness space. And when we weave those two brains together, that's when we are our best, when we're fully reaching our potential as human beings. So gathering that information, weaving it into the left brain, get your journal out, start writing down notes, drawing pictures if you experience something that's come through in that way, to fully connect with the journey that you've been on, and then use it as a piece of work to reflect on, to inform your journey for the rest of your life. Now we're going to say goodbye to our directions. We're going to release ourselves from the medicine wheel space, and we give our spirit guides a rest as we do that. And we also are disconnecting ourselves from having that rich sense of consciousness as we do it. And I'm going to begin in the east, and I'm going to weave around with my rattle, just saying goodbye to everybody if you'd like to join me for that moment. And then we will move forward to our integration circle. So let us begin in the east and release our spirit guides of the east. We release the fire, the dawn, the rising sun, and we release our spirit guide eagle and condor, who we thank for carrying us up into the heavens, for helping us to fly wingtip to wingtip with Great Spirit today, to see what we needed to see, and to carry our dreams up into the spirit realm. Thank you, and we release you. Connecting with the spirits of the south, we thank the water, the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the noon sun. And we thank the snake energy who comes to teach us how to shed our skin, to shed the past, and how to walk softly upon the earth. Thank you as we release you. Connecting in with our spirits of the west, we thank the dusk and the setting sun, the earth and the fertility of life. And we thank the people that we've already become, and this opportunity that we've had to go deep within ourselves. And we thank Jaguar for holding us in this space, for reminding us how to be brave warriors as we integrate the shadow. We thank you and release you. And we thank our spirits of the north, the air and the clarity of thought, the night and the bright moon shining. And we thank our ancestors, and we thank Hummingbird for carrying us around the medicine wheel and home again to the place that we dared dream. Beloved ones, we thank you and release you. Now tuning into Mother Earth beneath our feet, we thank Mother Earth for everything that she brings to us. We thank her for holding our bodies safe in space when we journeyed within. And we thank all of our earth relations, the plant people, the stone people, the animals, the insects, and all the other beings, the mushrooms, the bacteria, the viruses, for making up our world, our ecosystem. And we thank them for allowing us to continue this journey as they teach us how to live the beauty way, the harmonious way with all our relations. And we release you. And we thank Father Sky. We thank him for holding us safe in space. And we release you. And we release Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, the star nations, and all of our cosmic relations. Thank you for joining us in ceremony. And finally, we connect in with Great Spirit, and we release you. Thank you for holding us safe within the matrix of all that is, and for our place herein. Thank you for connecting us to the spirit of ether today as we release you. And thank you, ether, for journeying with us today. And thank you all for journeying with us today. Thank you for joining me in ceremony and doing this important work. And I hope that the healing that came through, the wisdom that came through, will ripple out and inform your consciousness and help you to live a good life. Now, I will be joining those who wish to join me in a live Zoom call after this session if you're joining as part of the live event. And you are welcome to tune in and come and share your stories or listen in to other people's stories as well, as we integrate and ground the information that comes through for us, and ask any questions that you might have about the experience. There is the option of you, of course, to get in touch with me privately if you wish to explain what's been going on for you and have a chat with me privately. Just get in touch. And I look forward to seeing you all in ceremony again very soon. Thank you for joining me.